Hey there, and welcome. Think about it. From the apps on our phones to the massive systems running our world, our digital lives are constantly being built. But have you ever really stopped to wonder how it all gets made? Turns out, it's a pretty fascinating global story, and we're going to dive right into it.
And it's a fantastic question, right? Because a lot of the time, the answer isn't some garage in Silicon Valley anymore. The real story is this incredible global network of talent, all working together. So today, we're going to unpack how these huge digital products get designed, built, and launched by teams from all over the world. A massive piece of this puzzle takes us to one country in particular. For decades now, India has been an absolute powerhouse in software development. So we're going to explore why that is and what it really means for the tech we all use every single day.
So, why India? Well, let's break it down. First off, you've got this enormous pool of developers who are skilled in pretty much everything, from mobile apps to AI. And when you combine that talent with really efficient ways of working across borders, development becomes a lot more cost-effective. But what's really cool is the speed. Some companies use what's called a follow-the-sun model. A team in the US finishes their day and hands off the work to a team in India. This creates a 24-hour development cycle. That, plus having super flexible teams, it's a total game changer. Okay, so we've got the why, but what about the what? What exactly are these global teams creating for businesses? Well, it's not just one thing. It's actually this huge range of services that kind of fall into two main buckets.
First up, creating brand new stuff. We're talking about custom software that's built from the ground up, perfectly tailored to what a business needs. This isn't something you just buy off the shelf. It's about building a totally unique digital product to solve a specific problem or jump on a new opportunity.
And we're talking about some really cool stuff here. It could be a slick new mobile app for a startup, or maybe an AI-powered chatbot to handle customer service. It might be a big software as a service or a SaaS platform, tools like Google Docs or Slack that you use online. Or it could even be something super cutting edge, like an NFT marketplace. The main idea here is innovation, starting from a completely blank slate.
But it's not all about building new things. The other side of the coin is just as important, modernizing what's already there. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like renovating a digital house. So many big companies are running on old, clunky software that desperately needs an upgrade to improve its performance, security, and just to make it work with today's tech. And this modernization can mean a few different things. A huge one is moving systems from old physical servers onto the cloud. That makes them way more reliable and scalable. It also means beefing up security to protect precious data. And get this, sometimes it even means rescuing projects that have gone completely off the rails, bringing them back to life and getting them on track. Okay, so we know what they build, but how does a simple idea actually turn into an app you can use? This isn't just chaos. There's a really smart, structured process in place that's designed to get predictable, high-quality results every time. Let's take a peek behind the curtain. This whole path is the entire life of a project. It all starts with discovery and design, which is where the team figures out the goals and sketches out how it's all going to work for the user. Then comes agile development. Now, instead of trying to build the whole thing at once, teams build it in small chunks in short cycles called sprints. This is so important because it allows for constant feedback, making sure the project stays on track. And of course, quality and security are checked nonstop. Finally, after a smooth deployment, the job still isn't done. It moves into support and optimization, making sure it runs perfectly and just keeps getting better. So who's actually buying these services? The answer is, well, pretty much everyone. From the tiniest startups to massive global companies, custom software is totally changing the game in almost every industry you can think of. This table gives us a fantastic snapshot. Look at healthcare. We're talking about secure patient portals and electronic health records. Over in fintech, it's about building digital wallets or super smart fraud detection systems. For e-commerce, you've got custom online stores and inventory management. And in manufacturing, it's all about automating processes so you can see your entire supply chain. The key takeaway here is that this isn't just abstract code. It's solving very real, very tangible problems. All right, let's pull all these threads together for our final section. Why has this global partnership model become so incredibly successful? It's really about more than just hiring someone to do a task. For a lot of modern businesses, it's a core strategic decision. This side-by-side comparison really makes it crystal clear. If you build a full-time team in-house, it often means higher costs, a slower launch, and a pretty rigid structure. But working with a strategic partner, that can mean lower costs, a much faster time to market, and incredible flexibility.
You get world-class expertise right when you need it, and you can scale your team up or down without all that long-term cost.
And I think this quote just nails it. The goal isn't just to write a bunch of code and hand it over. It's about a long-term partnership that's focused on getting real business results. It's about being a true tech partner that supports the software and helps it grow right alongside the company.
Which brings us to one last big thought to leave you with. In a world where speed, flexibility, and specialized talent are everything, is this kind of collaborative, global model no longer just an option, but maybe the default blueprint for how innovation actually gets done? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for digging into this with me.